Okay, YouTube. Hello again. I know you're just looking at a screen with stars and stuff, but that's because I'm using this new program, that just records my computer screen. It's actually going to make it a lot easier for me to make the references that I'm going to be making to like various pictures or websites or something like that, because it's actually where I get most of my information. I tried doing it where I had a picture of, with my webcam, I had a picture of myself over here in the corner, but it turned out to be way more problematic and it covered certain items on the screen that I didn't want covered. So anyway, quick note what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about pagan beliefs, or the basic pagan or Wiccan beliefs. Um, since I don't really consider myself Wiccan, I consider myself more of an eclectic pagan, I guess you could say, that incorporates more Wiccan than anything else. But um, just a quick note for those of you that are tuning into this video and are already a Wiccan or pagan and know all these basic beliefs, this is going to seem really redundant, or really redundant, and you might want to just skip this video and watch some of the more advanced stuff. This video is purely for those of you that are just getting started, who want to know more about the basic pagan beliefs. This is also for a new friend that I've gotten, or just made today on YouTube. The, oh, Miss Petrofina, that's what it is. Hi, Fina. So we'll go ahead and get started, because I've already done one take of this and it took 3 parts to get through it all, so we'll just get started. First, we're going to talk about my basic definition of paganism. I want to go on record here saying real quick that all this information is just from my basic understanding. This is not the true word or anything like that. This is the easiest way for me to understand it. There really is no official way to practice paganism. It's whatever you make of it. So this is just my take on it. There are various websites and books that you can take a look at that go into way more detail and probably have a little bit better definition. But for me, paganism is a nature-based religion, any nature-based religion. That could be shamanism, it could be shamanism, druidism, and there's also a Nordic religion. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. I think it starts with an A. It's like Ostara. Not Ostara, it's esoteric or asteric or something like that. And for those of you that are Norse pagans, I apologize. But anyway, so I want to talk about the higher power, I guess. Every religion has some kind of belief in a higher power. Granted, most other accepted religions have a god, but there are religions that have various gods, or you have Native Americans who believe in spirits and not necessarily gods. But all of them basically believe in a higher power, that the earth was created by this higher power, that we were put on the earth because of this higher power. Pagans and Wiccans are no different. There is a higher power. We refer to it as well, I don't know. It depends on who you talk to. Some will say the god or the goddess, or the god and the goddess, or just the goddess. But if you really break it down, ultimately the god and the goddess are not any one person or thing. They are made up of this energy that creates the universe. And I got a little picture of the universe over here. This energy is in nature, it's in spirit, it's in life itself. It's the energy, the life force that powers the universe. For those of you who are big, huge Star Wars fans, it's very similar to the Force. I mean, the Force is, this energy that surrounds us all, that makes us all, that can be manipulated, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But the god and the goddess are just basically a representation of this force, and I will better define that on my next slide. So everything in the universe is made up of this energy. And so for those of you that are scientific minded, well, what is matter? What is everything in the universe? Or, well, yeah, everything in the universe is, or all solid matter, even even air itself is made up of atoms. And so if if you're scientific minded, you could say that this cosmic energy are atoms. Um, and some of you may have heard of the God particle. The atom is what some refer to as the God particle, and the reason being is because the atom or the God particle is this energy that created life. It's everything in the universe. So anyway, that's basically our belief in what powers the universe, or what put us here, what created us. It's just this cosmic energy that makes up everything in the universe, not just us. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the Tree of Life, and basically the main reason I bring up the Tree of Life, the story itself, the Norse story of the Tree of Life, like Odin and Freya and stuff like that, is a little bit different, but I bring it up only because it's very similar to what I'm talking about here. Um, every tree has its leaves, which are connected to little branches, and they're connected to more branches, and those branches are connected to trunks, and that trunk is connected to roots that soak up this life force, and we're all connected. We're all a part of each other. It's a circle. It's a loop that never ends. For those of you that know the Pocahontas song, in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Anyway, so where do we get the god and the goddess from this cosmic energy then? Why don't we just refer to it as the cosmic energy? As I mentioned earlier, some religions just recognize it as the goddess, or some recognize both the god and the goddess. And I like to recognize both because with this cosmic energy we also have cosmic balance, and I will talk about that on the next slide. So we got the god and goddess basically from tall tales. You know how over time tales can be exaggerated a little bit, and after so many years altered altogether. So over a period of years, people forgot that the god and goddess are not just people with fickle emotions. They are simply the male and the female representations of the cosmic energies that surround us. So male being like the more dominant, more aggressive traits or qualities, and female being the more sensitive, the more submissive qualities. There's a balance in everything. And again, I'll go into that on the next slide when we talk about cosmic balance. So another way that you could think that we got the god or the goddess, or the Christian god, is there's a baby study that they came out with. I can't even remember how many years ago. My mom told me about this when I was a kid. But there is a baby study out there that says babies will recognize ovals or round shapes long before they recognize triangles or rectangles or squares. And the reason being is that the oval or the circle is the same shape as their mother's face. And so they'll not necessarily recognize the shape, they'll associate a certain thing with something that they don't totally understand, so that they can better define it. So humans as a race, as they were growing up, trying to define this source or this cosmic energy that created us, we came up with gods to help us better recognize and define and connect with this cosmic energy. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video right here, and then this will be part 1, and then I will continue this with part 2. I have like 3 more slides I need to go over. So keep an eye out for Pagan Basic Beliefs, part 2.